Sir, your video has to be off. Five years since Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Startup India initiative, we are witnessing a golden chapter in the history of Indian entrepreneurship. India now has 38,756 officially recognized startups and is the third largest tech startup hub globally. Soon we shall complete 75 years of Indian independence. On this occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Institution's Innovation Cell Westcop, under the aegis of University of Mumbai, brings to you an interview series from highly successful startup founders. We hope to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovation in the country, promote sustainable economic growth, and generate large-scale employment opportunities. Through these series, we shall understand the challenges of setting up a startup and how one can generate innovative business opportunities through problem identification and solving. On that note, we have the perfect person here with us today to guide us regarding the same. Today, we have with us Mr. Pradeep Behera, founder, MD, and CEO of Theta Beta and Algorithms Private Limited. Mr. Pradeep is an IIT Bombay postgraduate who has worked for 3 major pharmaceutical companies for about 12 years. He left his full-time job during July 2016 and founded a company named Theta Beta and Algorithms. This became Private Limited during August of 2017. Theta Beta is known to be a technical solution provider based out of Navi Mumbai, India. They have been catering to Indian as well as international pharma majors who are having critical time and energy consuming issues with no positive outcome. They pitch in and pull out the desired solution due to a focused approach and ardent intent to be successful in challenging situations. Due to their diversified expertise, they are catering to herbal, nutritional, and cosmetic domains as well. Theta Beta is also working on prototypes on prescription and OTC products. Not surprisingly, Mr. Pradeep's academic accomplishments are just as impressive. He joined IIT Bombay through GATE, in which he was the zonal topper with an All India rank of 38. He has also cleared CSIR Junior Research Fellowship Eligibility Test, in which he was listed in the top 20%. He was the recipient of 2 gold medals during his graduation and post-graduation. He had received training in BARC during his academic tenure and very recently on Six Sigma. We thank you, Mr. Pradeep, for being here with us today.
Thank you, Saina, for having this conversation with me. I am very much hopeful that there will be some positives coming out of this discussion. Thank you.
So let's start at the very beginning. What was the driving force that led you to start your own company?
So it was during when I wanted to switch to a new company. During 2016, it was. There was a sense of suffocation where I felt my expertise was not being used fully, whatever expertise I had that time. Thus, I promised myself to give a chance wherein I'll try to start an organization honestly and professionally. The beginning and each milestone have been the sole driving forces. You know, we have a unique proposition. Theta Beta has a unique proposition. We are there for companies who are actually struggling for their bottleneck issues. By trying to resolve them, we succeeded in resolving many of their problems. This again became the driving force. Your vision must be fixed on firm. We try to create smaller milestones so that once you achieve them, you will get the right kind of motivation through them. So this is the kind of driving force we get continuously.
That was amazing. We also get the same driving force listening to you talk, sir. So our next question is that based on your personal life, how have you been able to manage situations?
So the personal life revolves around business and family. Managing business is easy. From day one, I have accepted that one cannot have all the expertise by himself or herself. Thereby, I strongly believe in delegating work or segments of business to the right kind of people. So I made a lot of effort to form a team. I call this as my investment only. Managing family life was tough during initial days, as no one in my family has embarked into business. Therefore, I had fierce opposition from my family, especially from my father. But the situation had never went beyond a line due to the strong and endless support I received from my wife. Hiccups are bound to happen. I've accepted that. You need to have a way forward.
Okay. So since you have an extensive experience working in the industry, what are some gaps or pain points that you have identified and attempted to rectify through your venture?
You asked the right question. During the early days of this startup career, I used to present myself as a consultant, where I was helping big pharma companies to resolve some of their bottlenecks. By doing so, I could able to identify certain gaps and pain points for big pharma companies. There were issues related to reference product characterization, troublesome impurities, manufacturing bottlenecks, deficiencies. Focus was on these issues, and thereby, by time after getting few testimonials, a pitch was formed. Now, the scenario of our organization is different, though our vision hasn't changed a bit. We are focused on developing prototypes and move along with few commercially viable working models.
Okay. So about
Yeah.
people who want to start their own startups, to start a new startup is very intimidating and they have to start from scratch. So could you tell us about the prerequisites that one needs to fulfill while attempting to develop a startup?
The question is tough. I'll give a simple answer though, from my perspective only. To my belief, a right motive is important. The motive is very important. Motive can be selfless or selfish. Both the way, I mean, you need to have a genuine motive. Then what you want is what you want to do and how this can help the end user. It can be a product, it can be a service. Later, you need a team, how you are going to make money, which is actually basically the revenue model, and sufficient amount of seed funding or self funding. You can get the money from anybody with having right kind of attitude or collaboration. But to my opinion, motive is the first one, which is actually important for starting a startup. The rest can be achievable by time.
Okay, thank you for that very concise answer. I'm sure many people will use this as a guide. So from working for someone else to working at your own startup, having an entire organization that you are responsible for, how has your perspective changed?
Again, this is a very broad question. But I would like to say I could able to see the big picture when I left my full-time job, which was the vision itself. But I think from an individual perspective, nothing much has changed in my life. Keeping things simple and transparent is my top priority. I could able to absorb pressure and had a smooth functioning from day one, in fact. And I've invested a lot into forming a high performing team. Again, this makes a lot of things easier. You don't have to keep everything to you. The settlement of setting the vision is very important, and the pathway is important. Execution is a different ball game altogether.
Okay, that is amazing to hear. So could you tell us about some lesser known obstacles that one can face during the early stages of starting their own company?
Lesser known obstacles: overconfidence and demotivating elements. So one comes from within yours, and the other one from outside. In fact, I am a victim of both. During the initial days, I used to be overconfident. This is normally the situation for the entrepreneurs. हवा में चले जाते हैं. So I really realized immediately, thereby I became more practical. Again, you'll face as many as 60 to 70% of the people, total people you meet, who will not support you, rather they demotivate you. So it's up to you how to handle them, or keep a filter, whom to tackle, whom not to tackle.
Yes, that is in fact very valuable advice. And so
Yeah.
I'll just give you a case scenario. If a student has a startup idea straight out of degree college, how would you recommend them to go about it?
Oh, he has or she has to talk to somebody whom he admires, or and that person admires him or her back. I mean, that is one thing he can do. But validating the idea is very important, and it has to be done in a very neutral way. I mean, many a times validation of ideas are actually in a partialized way. I mean, I have to do this, that's why it is okay. So that's not with the funda. I mean, it has to be validated by neutral members.
Yes, yes. So based on your own experience and what you've seen so far, could you tell us about the advantages of starting your own company?
Advantages,
Yeah.
not much. Apart from the money part, if the business becomes successful, not much. But seriously speaking, starting a startup is one of the unique thing. The satisfaction you get by achieving smaller milestone are in fact out of the world. This is because you didn't know whether you will achieve these milestones successfully or not. You only had that confidence to achieve them. And this is what makes things very exciting. But you need to be a bit grounded. Not possible always, but you have to be.
That is very interesting to hear, in fact. So, what are some common mistakes that people are bound to do in startups?
Bound to do. Bound to do. I cannot tell for others, but for sure I have done few mistakes. However, it is not relevant now. Uh, Sometimes mistakes are part of your milestones. I almost took 2 years to build a team of 6 people who have right motive and are like-minded to business. That was a long time, but 2 years seems very long. I shouldn't have invested that much of time to create a team, but I did a lot of consultancy during that period of time and market survey through. So therefore, I strongly believe even if I did that mistake of spending a lot of time on creating a team, somewhat it was helpful to me. The suggestion or the intent of telling this thing is like mistakes are there to happen. I mean, you need to make something positive out of it.
Right. So that was like your rate limiting step in terms of chemistry, finding a new
Rate
team.
limiting step. Okay, okay.
So that was very, truly very informative. So lastly, I would like to ask you, what advice do you wish to give to the younger generation?
Advice. I'm not in a position to give advice. Rather, I mean, I only suggest only. I can suggest only. Ideas are many. I mean, at this point of world, I mean, people are floating with ideas. You think of any idea, if you won't act on it immediately, it will vanish within a short time. So the advice is to concentrate on how fast and how effectively you can say, you can execute the idea. Team and some amount of money is what you need. So to start is very important. I mean, don't hold on to the idea. Start.
Okay, sir. So, wow, that was a lot of much needed knowledge that we have had the opportunity to assimilate. All thanks to you, sir. So, we hope through this, many people find the necessary information and motivation to take a leap towards innovative startups for a better India. Finally, I would like to thank the management of Vivekanand Education Society, our teacher coordinators, our principal madam, Dr. Supriya Shidaye, and the University of Mumbai for coming up with this thoughtful initiative. So let's innovate for a better India. Do remember to follow us on our social media handles for constant updates on Westcorp. Thank you very much for attending.